Well, sir, sometimes, no, most times, life can throw a lot of different things at you to deal with. Now, some real good, and some not so. Sort of like food, ice cream and cake, and good thick New York steaks. Now, that sounds a good living right there. But tiny meat and wild greens and creek water keep you alive. It's just not an enjoyable living. It's sort of like life. You're going to get back pretty much what you put into it. And I think it might be better to go ahead and figure out how you want to live before life does it for you when you ain't looking. Now, it's easy world to live in out here if you make it so. Now, good choices sort of makes for a good life. But sometimes, most of us, we don't come up with them good choices like we should. Sort of reminds me of a big old chicken snake I had around here a couple of years ago. Now, he was a big one. He was about 7 foot long, and heck, he was bigger than my arm right there. And because he had a pretty good living going on here, he was eating a nest full of chicken eggs about every day. He must have figured out that I worked in the days and didn't get home late. But one day I come home about 12 o'clock on a Friday to eat dinner. I was working pretty close. And I caught him in the nest. So I caught him up. I was going to haul him off over to the hay barn because that's what I usually do, because I hate to kill these chicken snakes because they're real good on catching rats and such. And so I usually haul them off. My wife now, she always says that that's the same old snakes. They just kept coming back. So I got to thinking. That day, I took me a can of orange spray paint and I painted his tail. Now, before I hauled him off, over about a mile away and 2 hills away in the swamp. And next Monday, 12 o'clock, I come home and he was back. Orange tail and all, in the nest swallowing 3 eggs. His last ones. Now, that old snake made his own choices and he paid for them, just as we have to. So when you're trying to figure out life, make it as easier on yourself as you can, because other folks might not be so generous. Now, that's about enough about life from old Ted McCoy. I figure you're going to live it like you want to anyway, so good luck.